Oh, I do apologize. My Bluetooth is not on. Okay, there we go. Anyway, hello everybody. AOG Gaming here. Oh, that's loud. Back with another video on Dislyte. Um, so today it's not really gameplay or anything. I was gonna do divinates, but I've been doing some math because Daddy Free to Play is being scammed by Dislyte, and I'm trying to save him as well. Um, so hopefully he makes a video, you know, talking about this, but so here, let's just go to his recent video. Because I commented on it because he was talking about how it's still a 1% chance of getting a legendary Esper, and I completely disagree. It is not. I took AP stats and I've been doing the math, and I'm not saying he's stupid or anything, but I'm just saying that it's not what you actually think it is. So here I commented on it. Um, So I said, yeah, I think you're wrong. I didn't try and say you're stupid. I just said I think you are wrong. You either get an Esper or the Divinate. That is my one thing that I talk about. So if we look at just like percent chances, right? I did some calculations because I'm a not a well, I guess you can call me a scientist, but not to that extreme. Um, I'm an avid science enthusiast. Let's call it that. But anyway, and math enthusiast, you basically get what you have. So you have a 1% chance of a legendary, whether that's a divinate or an esper. And the reason that is because it's 2% in total. I think that's the thing people are confusing. It's not an increase, and it's definitely a decrease. People are saying it's not a decrease, that it's not an increase or a decrease. It's the same, kind of, but not really. There's something to like unfold here that I think people are missing. Daddy Free to Play, I'm saying you're missing this, not because you're stupid or anything, but it's just how the math works out. So basically, you have, so ignore this top part. This part doesn't matter. So this part right here, I'm gonna try and do distribution on the next page. I'll show you guys. But basically, the hardcore fact about the game, like the new draw. Wait here, right there. You have a half percent chance, 50-50, to get either an Esper or Divinate. Like that's the absolute that they put in the game when you draw from that Esper pool. Because now they split everything 50-50. They split all the chances. That's what we saw. And this is where the problem lies. This is one of the problems. So first, this dilutes the pool. Why do I say that? Because the only guarantee you get for an Esper is that 100th draw. You get a guaranteed legendary Esper. For all the other draws, for normal draws, just a single draw, you just get a 50-50, either Divinate or an Esper. And then we go into the chances. I'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. But if we're talking about, I just brain farted. My brain thought way faster than I was thinking. If we do 10 draws, sorry, yeah. So if we do 10 draws, there's a guarantee now that they're adding to the game. Oh, sorry. Where they give you a guarantee epic divinate or esper on the 10th draw. And I'll show you guys how this works in the distribution. It's not on this page, but that works different. Ignore this because that's not true. That's a passive. So this right here is a passive. That's for single draws and every draw but the 10th one. Or I guess every draw that you do from the ten draws, but one of them, because one of them is a guaranteed epic esper or divinate. So it's weird how it works, but I'll show you guys how that works. Um, but yeah, anyway, it's a guaranteed 50-50. You either get an esper or divinate per draw, whether that's a 10 draw or a single draw. The 10 draw does have that exception rule. On one of the draws, you get an exception for being an epic or esper or divinate. So the epic's a little different, but for single draws, not 10 draws, you basically just have a 9% chance for an epic, 1% chance for a legendary, and it doesn't matter what you get. So you have a 50% chance for an epic esper sorry, an Esper or Divinate, and then you have a 9% chance for an Epic of either an Esper or an Divinate, and then a 1% chance of both. So what happens is you multiply these by 2, technically, so you have 18% chance to get an Epic, and then 2% chance to get a Legendary. Yes, that is 100% true. So now what you have is basically an 18% chance of getting an Epic passively for single draws, and every draw but the one that is a guaranteed epic Esper Divinate on the 10 draws. So 19%, sorry, 18%, and then a 2% for the legendary, right? Dairy. The problem with doing it this way is that, yes, that's true, but you're not accounting for the fact that you have to get an Esper or Divinity before you can account the fact that it's an epic or a legendary. So this is the thing that people are missing. You have to account for the fact that you will either get an Esper or Divinity per the draw. It doesn't matter if it's guaranteed, except for the 100th one. We'll talk about that later again, because you get a guaranteed legendary as pity for that. But for every other draw, the 99 draws, this is not accurate. This is just accurate on the grand scheme of things. Yes, there's a 1% chance of getting a legendary Esper and a 1% chance of getting a legendary Divinate. When you add them together, it gets 2%. For the Epic, it's the same thing. For passively, without the 10 draws guarantee and the 100 draw guarantee. So now I get into distribution and how this works, right? So let's go on this page. So we get to this page, right? And ignore this part because I was completely wrong on this. This is wrong. But this is what you get. So on the distribution, basically, you get average chances. So this is just talking about the chances. 1% chance of a legendary divinity, 1% chance of Espers. So this side is Espers, this side is Divinates, right? And then I did the calculation with the 10 epic guarantee draw. That's where I got this number 23, because it was 18% chance and you did 100 draws. If you did the math, that would be 18 epic Espers, because, per the 99 draws. But then you have to add in that you get 10 epics, whether they're Divinates or Espers, for the 100 draws, because you only want to do 10 draws. You don't want to do single draws. That is literally a waste of your time, money, and resources, and literally just you're going to have a bad time. So you always want to do the 10 draws. So for that, it's plus 10, but you have to divide it by 2 because it's a 50-50% chance, like I keep freaking mentioning. Nobody's understanding. 50-50 to get either a Divinate or an Esper, except for the 100th draw, because that's a legendary Esper guaranteed. But the 10 draws are Divinate or Esper. That's what people don't understand. It is literally having the chance of having a legendary Esper, because you have to get a Divinate. Sorry, you have to get an Esper before you can account for the 1% or the other percent for the epics. So you have to account for that. And what this does is, like, if you get it, so the reason I say that is because if you get a Divinate, you're not getting a legendary Esper. So that's automatically less wish stones you're getting. And people think, oh no, they increased it by decreasing the epic chances. Well, all that does is make room for the Divinates. It doesn't actually change the chances whatsoever in terms of increasing it, but it does decrease the chances of getting that, because you either get a Divinate or an Esper. It's not the fact that the chances are all laid out like this. It's 1%, 9% for for each of the epics, and then 40% for each of the rare types of items that you can get, the Divinates or the Espers. Yes, it's laid out nice and neatly like that for you, but that's not how the actual math works. Those are just numbers. They don't actually account for the probability, because now you have to account for every single draw that you take, except for the 100th one. For those 99 draws, doesn't matter where you do 10 draws or single draws, you're either going to get a Divinate or an Esper. And what that happens is that it literally halves your chance of getting a legendary Esper, because now you either get a Divinate 50% of the chance, or you get an Esper. And if you get a legendary, you have to get you have to get an Esper before it is a legendary Esper. And if you want a legendary divinity, you have to wait for it to be a divinity before you have the chances for it to be a legendary divinity. So that's what I'm saying. The chances to get an Esper, just an Esper itself, the 50%, it went down to 50%. That's what I'm saying. It's not 100% chance of getting an Esper anymore. It's a 50% chance of getting an Esper. So now you got to do the 1% out of that and you get the 0.5% chance. And that's what I'm talking about. The 1% chance of getting that legendary is just a number. It's not the actual math because 50% chance of getting an Esper now. Out of the 100% draw, 100% chance of the draw, 50% chance of getting an Esper or a Divinity. And now that 0.5% chance is what it is because now you have to throw that 50-50 into there and you have to divide this by 2 actually because um it's like having having ratio, whatever it's called. I can show you guys like the full in-depth math, but like I feel like that'll just bore you guys. I just want to show you the quick and easy, like how it works. It's a 50-50. That's I think people don't understand that. It's a 50-50. So literally your chances for getting an Esper were 100%. Now it's 50%. That's what people need to understand because the rest of that was allocated to the divinates. And they think it's not going to affect wish stones or getting legendaries. I mean, it doesn't. It kind of does. It's a little bit less for like average, and if you get super unlucky, you get even less than you would have gotten before. So you basically like you guarantee yourself 25 wish stones now. Like that's what they're guaranteeing you with the pity. If you don't get a single legendary except for the 100 draw, which is the pity, the guarantee, and you get 5 epics from those 100 draws, you do 10 draws of 10 draws basically, and you get 5 epics espers and 5 epic divinates because the 50-50, like I said. So you get 25 wish stones for 100 draws. That has got to be some of the shittiest payback and like reward for playing the game that I've ever seen. So yeah, take it with a grain of salt if you guys want. But yeah, that's the chances I made. Daddy free to play. Please fix and tell people because you're kind of promoting, not promoting the scam because he's not really promoting the scam. Well, I mean, he doesn't know how scammy it is, which is why I'm revealing it to him so that he knows and he can tell people that this is actually how it works. You had a 100% chance to get an Esper before, now it's a 50% chance. Therefore, all of the chances you had at 100% to get that Esper are now decreased. So this 1% is just a probability. It's not a guarantee. That's what they need to understand. It's a probability. You have a 50% chance to get an Esper, and then out of that 50%, you have a 1% chance to get that legendary Esper. So out of this 50%, yes, you have a 1% chance of getting that legendary Esper. Out of the 100% chance of doing each single draw, whether you get a Divinate or an Esper, it is a 0.5% chance because it is literally adding a whole nother set of probabilities, which is the divinates, to the equation. And that's what you need to understand. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. As always, AOG Gaming here. If you're enjoying the content, please like and subscribe. Really shows your support. Helps me out, keeps you up to date on my content. 118 subscribers last time I checked, so you guys are amazing. Keep going. And yeah, we're just going to make more videos. And if you guys really don't understand, then I can do a live stream and I can like do the Excel math. Um, yeah, I can probably do that. I have to set up my computer for that, but we'll do. We'll work it out. Anyway, as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later. I keep taking photos.